Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us today at this live discussion about the backend development. My name is Emilia, and I am the communications manager at Women Go Tech. Today, I'm very happy to have Roberta Beniušiene on this live discussion. Hi, Roberta.
Hello, everyone.
Thank you for being with us today. And Roberta is a former Women Go Tech mentee who, after the program, started working as a web developer. And I thought that what would be a more perfect guest to speak about backend development than someone who works in this field every day and knows all the ins and outs of his career. So I think that we often feel that there is some kind of mystery surrounding backend development. And we often hear that it is stuff users cannot see, or that something is something that is created in somewhere in the back of the websites. But what is it really like, and how does it work? Many of us still have this very vague idea of the backend development. So today, I hope we will dispel some of this mystery surrounding backend development. And especially for those who are considering changing careers, or maybe are thinking about the backend development. So I think that this discussion will be very useful. And just a quick reminder before we start, you can still apply for Women Go Tech program and for the back-end development track of this program until the 5th of January. So we hope that today's discussion will answer some of your questions and will help you to make this final decision to apply for the program. So I really encourage you to do not miss this once in a year chance to apply for the program. And yes, I think that this discussion will answer many of the questions before making this final decision. So without further ado, I would like to begin our discussion. So Roberta, we know that you, after the program, you successfully started working as a backend developer. And for our audience, it would be very interesting to hear about your experience, because many of people listening are also in this transition into moving in new careers. So please share your story. What did you do before the Women Go Tech program? How did you decide to pursue a career in the backend development? And what have attracted you to this field?
Okay, so first of all, at school, I was very interested in computers and other stuff, but when I got to the university, I went to the economics. So that was my decision back then. Before my decision to go to the tech, to start the tech career, I was working as a product manager in IT wholesale company with peripherals, computer components, printers, and other stuff. Later, I went as a new position as a mother of twins, and after that, I decided to try my desired choice that was back at school, and I took half of the year courses in one of the schools, and I was really interested in more in the back end, not in the front end, but I just want to mention that before the courses, I didn't know anything about the coding, not even any HTML tag or anything. So I just want to encourage that you don't have to know anything before the start, and you can successfully go for it. And after the courses, I saw the Women Go Tech advertisement, and I just participated because I saw that I still need some answers and what to do with the courses. And after I participated in Women Go Tech, I started self-learning, and that's where my story began in the tech world.
Thank you, Roberta, for sharing. It's so nice to hear that you also encourage women to try out the tech world, even if they don't know how to code or don't have technical skills, because we receive many questions asking can I apply for a program if I do not know yet coding or I do not have technical skills? So the answer is yes, you can. Of course, you can apply. And talking about skills, in your opinion, what are the most important skills in the backend development? Maybe you can share some of those technical skills and also some of the more soft skills, because I think that in your job is kind of a mixture. You need both. You need technical as well as soft skills.
Yeah, definitely. First of all, of course, you need to have technical skills just to go for apply for the job. But I don't think that you should focus, for example, on what language to learn. First of all, you have to learn like all the basics, because in all language, all the basics are the same. Only the syntax is different. So first of all, focus on those basics. You can try to choose, I don't know, maybe most of the popular Java, and just take a Java and go for the basics, maybe some advanced stuff, just to understand how programming itself works. Learn about more also the PC stuff, the hardware, maybe how it works. But I just want to mention that you just need to understand how it works, because personally myself, I didn't know anything about the C# or .NET, but I was hired to work with it, and I wasn't looking at this programming languages at all before. So of course you need soft skills, because you're working in a team, you're working with the other developers, with the team lead, with the other departments, with the program designers. For example, I also work with the data scientists. So communication skills are always needed. Of course, most of the time you will work on your task, but communication is always one of the top skills.
Yeah, we always hear that you are usually the part of the team, so the communication skills is very important. And also for those even very technical people, they need some sort of soft skills. So thank you for sharing about that. And also looking back in your path that you have already taken, how did you acquire those skills? Maybe you took some courses, or maybe you went to other resources that helped you to gain this knowledge in this field.
Yes, so first of all, I took the half of the year course in one of the coding schools. And after that, I started self-learning on the Udemy, Coursera, and some YouTube channels, of course, that I always follow. And also in the Women Go Tech, I got an awesome mentor that was part of my he guided me through the path, what I should do, how I should enter that career in tech. And self-learning is one of the most important things, I believe, in programming, because you always have to learn. Even now, I am learning new technology, because our team decided to choose the new technology for the front end, and I need to learn it. So every day, step by step, you are learning something new, and new technologies are coming. So it's definitely one of the most important things to learn by yourself, I believe. That should be like this. So, and in those courses, when you go for the programming courses, they also try to teach you how to find out answers by yourself, how to seek for these sources, where to find the answers. They're not trying to show you where there is, but they are teaching you how to find it, because every day in your workplace you're always like Googling or searching how to do something, so it's part of the job.
Yeah, we also feel that learning is the most, almost the most important skill that you have to have in this, I mean, this modern life, and especially in the tech world, because it's so much innovation going on that there's no like definite or finite knowledge or skill sets that you acquire and you are just set for life.
Yeah, definitely.
Almost impossible. And we also speak about the importance of education and taking some, like you mentioned, courses and other like Coursera or other resources to get this knowledge, because especially for those who are in this transition to other careers, while they are requalifying. So it's very important to gain this skills and knowledge. We also have these content sessions in the program, which is like in-depth view on the specific problems or topics. But we are also very encouraged to take some extra courses alongside the participating in the program. And I hear that from your story, that's the path that you took. And yeah, there's the ability to self-learn, to Google, because sometimes the Googling is like another skill that you have to master.
Yeah, you have to know how to Google to find the answer. That's definitely true.
And maybe for everyone who listens, it's very interesting to hear about, so what are the tasks that the backend developer usually works on? So maybe you can share your like a typical day at your job. So maybe you can share some day-to-day tasks or problems that you solve, because it's very it would be helpful to imagine your day-to-day.
So as a back-end developers, now we are building a new web application, and it's I can say that back-end developer is like responsible for server-side application logic, architecture, integration with other services, and you have to prepare all the base for the front end, I can say like that. So now my team is creating database structure, writing services and APIs that will be used in the front end. So it's like all the base, I can say. And for example, when I have a task that I need to do like in the front end, and I come with a struggling something, so I could go to the mid-level backend developer, and we discuss what can we do to make it better. So there also need to be changes on the backend side to make it better or easier on the front end. So they are both of the server, like a backend and the front end, they are communicating with each other. So I don't believe that it's like a different sides. They are just I know we can compare them, but they're also like not competing with each other, but they are helping each other. So as I can say, so we are right now making for example, API that is used to get all the data in the front end. So
yeah,
in other words, I don't know what else I can say. Yeah. So
sometimes we hear that front end and back end is like a totally different worlds, but so far from what I hear is that they are very connected. Maybe you can share some examples when you need also front end skills.
they are like separate worlds, but they are needed for each other. So if you build only the backend, you will be unable to see what's in it without the UI. So when you're building UI in the front end, you are getting all the information, all that logic from the backend. So backend is like the logic, the services, how everything is working, how you can get the information, what the calculations are done. Everything is in the back end, but in the front end, you just show everything. Like what designer is like designed for you, what the design you have to apply in the front end. So, but all the data and all the logic is coming from the back end.
Yeah.
So they are connected like different worlds, but they still are connecting, like, I don't know, getting the ear.
We need each other.
Yeah, of course.
And speaking about misconceptions, like common misconceptions that we usually hear about the backend development, we sometimes get this idea that the backend development is for very introverted people, maybe for someone who's not very social, or maybe that very likes to work alone. And maybe you can share, do you agree or disagree about this common misconception? Because probably all backend developers are part of the team, so they also have to know how to work with others. And as we talked earlier, that communication is very important. So maybe you can share your view.
From my point of view, I believe that for the introverts, the back-end engineering is a very good field to, like, I don't know, express themselves or to feel comfortable in your workplace. Because, of course, most of the time you will work on your task by yourself, alone. But on the other hand, you need to push yourself further to communicate with the team, to communicate with your team lead and with the other departments. But so you are still also growing as a person, but you can feel comfortable at your workplace. I believe this is the point of view. But I'm not like a very, very introvert person, but I still feel very comfortable at my workplace because I try to get more knowledge from my colleagues, from our mid-level programmers. So I ask them and communicating with them. Even as I see, they are sometimes not like very extroverts and not in a sharing position, but they are still very friendly. And I believe that the programmers community is most of the friendliest communities that I ever participated, because everyone is sharing, everyone is like helping, and I believe that it's not like very like in a position like introvert or extrovert. It's like helping to build something bigger, just like that.
You touched the community part, and we also noticed that in Women Go Tech community we have mentees, mentors, experts, and the power that they have because they share a lot, and the willingness to share their knowledge is huge, and especially for those who want to change, to learn something. It's very important to have someone who can just share their experience or insights, and even those like small details, like what type of course to take, or what kind of books should I read if I want to learn more. Because we noticed that nowadays there is so many different courses at different price range. So for example, just to make sure that you invest your money wisely, it's very important to get to know that, okay, this course is very good and I should probably get this course. And I think that between mentees and also with a mentor, you can just validate some of your ideas for your maybe future education. And also remembering your path towards what you are here now, maybe you can share with us what was your biggest challenge when you decided to switch into the backend development.
The biggest challenge was just, I believe, just to take the first step, just to think about it, to quit my previous work, because I really enjoyed it. But I believe this one was the biggest challenge for me, to take that first step, because my kids were like very little. I have to make some changes in my personal life, so that was the biggest decision. But later, when I started the courses, I was 100% sure that I'm doing the right thing, because I really enjoyed it and I really liked it. And yes, I struggled sometimes with a lot, seeing those massive code lines and didn't understand what it's doing. But with the mentors' help and the other communities, so I just read line by line, just thinking what it's doing, and later that like scary moments had disappeared. And I believe you don't need to just be frightened of what you don't understand. Just follow step by step, read line by line, understand what it's doing, and if you really like it, what you're doing, and you enjoy the process itself, you can do it.
Yeah, I agree totally, because sometimes you just need to concentrate on this very little step in front of you, and as Vlad's saying, like then you have this big elephant in your room, you have to just deal with it like step by step. And when you have this big goal in front of you, sometimes you just have to divide it into small actionable steps, and you achieve what you want. And also, I know that many of people that are listening to us now are in this moment when they are thinking about changing their careers, or maybe they are already in this transition. So I wanted to ask you about maybe you could give any advice for people who are in this path. What advice would you give to those who are thinking about switching their careers?
First of all, I would like to suggest, just in your free time, just try to see what it's like, the coding itself. Try to write the code. Try to maybe get some. Excuse me. So you just need to try it and to see if you really enjoy it, like doing, and read the documentation, for example, of any programming languages, just to try it and make sure if you. Excuse me. Working from home looks like this.
Now this is new reality, so it's fine.
Okay, so this is the first my suggestion, and if you really enjoyed it or like it, then just take the next steps, because if you first of all to make a big step, for example, you quit your old job or anything, if you change in your life, and when you will try it and you don't like it, maybe you can get some regrets. But there are a lot of online courses, online data and everything, and you can try without any big efforts, just to write the code and to make yourself like touch that programming. And if you feel like it's your thing, then you can make the other steps.
Yeah, sometimes all you need is just to try out and maybe to test the idea. So if someone has an idea to try backend development, sometimes just to take a course or just to read, as you mentioned, might be very beneficial. And I also want to speak about mentoring a little bit, because we at Women Go Tech, we are strong believers in the power of mentorship, and we see that it gets really powerful results. So maybe you could share some of your experience while you've been in the program. What was your experience with your mentor, and how he helped you to achieve your goal?
Well, I got like the most amazing mentor, I believe, and he helped me a lot. He helped me to make my the goal to write step by step what should I do to reach it, and he helped me like to make that example project for myself and how to make it. We made all the structure of the back, and we tried. He offered me to try as many backend languages as I can, so I can touch the syntax of every language. So we followed all that step by step on my mini project, and when I was at the job interview, and all the code base was very good documented, and the syntax was written right. And one of the comments was that you should be really thankful for your mentor, because this is one of the biggest was one of the biggest eye-catching projects that allowed me to enter this interview. So that's why I'm very thankful for my mentor, and he was really helpful for me, and not only on those talking sessions, what I should do and what else I should learn, but he also we also talked about the technical stuff that I was really needed, because I was struggling what language I should learn and what else I should do. So he helped me also with the technical stuff and all the the mentorship of my path to the IT. So I'm really thankful for him.
It's so nice to hear this experience that is so valuable and positive. So it's very nice that you had such an amazing experience with your mentor. And I also wanted to ask you about, because you are like a very good example, because you are alumna of a program, and many of people that are listening thinking about applying to the program this year. So I wanted to ask if you would just say one thing that was the most valuable thing of a program, what would be? Is it the mentoring, or this relationship with your mentor, the lessons that you gave, or maybe the community? So I just wanted to ask about, what do you think?
Yeah, personally, for me, in the first place would be like the mentorship, what I get from the mentor, because we had a really good connection, and the mentor gave for me a lot of his time, and I would put mentorship in his program in the first place. Second, yes, the sessions also were really helpful for me, because I heard a lot of stuff that I didn't know before, like from the front end, from the mobile. And right now, for me, it's helpful, because right now I'm, for example, making an API that will be used in a mobile, and I have understanding how mobile works. So it was really helpful for me. And yes, community. Also, I really enjoyed those visitings and the companies at the Little Fuse and elsewhere. So I couldn't imagine before how that technical world is working in real life. So it kind of opened my mind how it really looks like. So yeah, it was also interesting. And of course, community. And even now, I'm keeping in touch with some girls that I was that we met at the Women Go Tech, and we share how we're working on. But one of the most important things in this program, I believe, it's mentorship, that it's really working.
Yeah, it's so nice to hear that you got value almost from all the parts of Women Go Tech program, because we are like have three main parts. It's mentorship, it's the content sessions, and it's the community. So it's these parts, these components of a program make all the magic happens because sometimes it's very hard to achieve goals when you are on your own, and community and mentor and other friends that you meet in a program helped you to stay on track and achieve your goal. So thank you so much for sharing that about that. And it's very nice to hear your story, and I'm sure that it's very helpful for those who are listening and who are thinking about back-end development. I think that your advice and insights are very valuable for everyone who are in this transition, and it's also not only useful, but it's very interesting to listen to you. But our time for today is almost finished. So first of all, I would just want to say a big thank you to you, Roberta, that you have had time to join us today at this live session, and that you share your experience and your insights. And for all those who are listening, I just want to encourage you to and remind you that you still have opportunity to register for the program. So please do not miss this once in a year opportunity, not in a lifetime, because we will have a program another year. But this year to join the program, and you can still register for the backend development track until the 5th of January. So hurry up and register. And in the meantime, thank you for being with us. Thank you, Roberta, for sharing your story, and until next time.
Yeah, of course.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.